hope that this is your number. Are you there? It's me. It's Maya, your granddaughter.
Oh, Maya. What a surprise to hear from you, my sweet grandchild. How are you? Oh, my, would you look at that? It seems that you've got a smartphone now. You're growing up so fast.
Yes, I've got a phone now. My mom objected to me getting it, though. She says that it's too early for a 10-year-old to have a phone and that I don't really need one. Dad told me to keep it a secret from her. He said that it didn't matter because I actually do need it in case something happens.
I see what you mean, dear. I will tell you also to listen to your father. He's definitely right about that. It's best to have a phone with you at all times, especially with your father being away from home so often. He's working away from home a lot, isn't he? Right? If you need to get in contact with anyone and you can't reach your mom or dad in a hurry, you tell your old grandma, okay? Please contact me if you need anything, okay, Maya?
Okay, Grandma, I will do that. You're very sweet to me. I better go, Grandma. Mom just got home. I better hide this phone somewhere. I will talk to you later. Have a nice rest of your day, Grandma. Love you.
Yes, you better go, my dear. Talk to you later, my dear Maya. Sending lots of love to you. Say hi to your dad for me.
Hey, Valerie, it's Candace. I need to ask you a big favor, but I'm sure you'll be able to do it. I'm coming by to drop off Maya and Melanie over to yours, and they'll stay with you. If I could leave them with you to take care of them until tomorrow night, that would be greatly appreciated.
I'm sorry, what? You want me to take care of them until tomorrow night? What's going on? Has something happened?
I know this is all very sudden and might be a bit of an inconvenience for you. I just really need this favor, okay? My friend invited me on a trip, and I just couldn't refuse them. I really need someone to look after the kids. You live close by, and it would only be until tomorrow night.
And you intend to depart at this time of night? What time do you call this? The kids should be in bed at this time, and you're leaving them now?
Look, my friend is quite spontaneous, so I personally don't find leaving at this time unusual. I can't just say no to a trip like this. It's urgent. My husband is on a business trip overseas, so you're the only one who can take care of the kids. It won't be for that long, I promise. Well, I've got to get going now, so thank you in advance for looking after the girls.
Just hold up, Candace. You can't just leave in such a hurry. I'm not at my house right now either.
I'm sorry, what? What do you mean you're not at home? You're a homebody? You're always at home. Why aren't you there?
I've been at my husband's parents' house since this morning. I've been looking after them since they're so old now. That's why I'm not at my house right now.
What? No way. So you're really not at home? Well, that's not good now, is it? What am I supposed to do? This is giving me so much trouble already. Why is this happening right now? It's so inconvenient.
Why can't you leave the girls at your parents' house? Don't they live pretty close to here? They're in the next town, so it's not so far away from you to take the girls there. Why don't you ask them whilst you're on your way to your trip?
I don't really want to ask them when I can ask you. It's not a good idea to send the girls there. What am I supposed to do if I can't give the girls to you?
Well, if that doesn't work for you, or you refuse to do that, then maybe you'll just have to give up on going away, because it's not the best time to leave your kids anyways.
But I really need to leave for this trip. I need you to look after the girls. My friend really needs me right now. It's kind of urgent. This is really starting to be a pain in the backside. Is there no way you can take the girls?
I don't know what else to tell you, Candace. I'm sorry, but that's the way things go sometimes. Your friend is going to have to go on the trip by themselves. Also, please don't leave Maya in charge of looking after the house and her little sister. She's not old enough, and you're their mother. You need to take care of them. Don't even think about leaving them alone by themselves.
But I really need to go with my friend. I can't help the situation I'm in. What can I do now? I guess I'll need to do what must be done.
Maya, my dear, are you there? Are you doing all right? I really hope that your mother is still in the house with you. Maybe she's still there? If you can't find your mother, you need to reply to me, okay? I'm a little worried about the situation. If you get into any trouble at all, you can contact me, okay? No matter what time of the night it is, please contact me, okay, sweetie? You let me know when you get my message. I love you, my dear.
Grandma? Grandma, are you there? Please reply. I really need to talk to you. I'm sorry it's so late, but I really need to speak with you.
Oh, Maya, you got back to me. Sweetie, are you all right? What's going on? Did something happen to your mother?
There's a fire in the backyard of our house. Grandma, please come and help us. We really need you.
Oh my God, what? There's a fire in your yard. How did that even happen, Maya?
Melanie, she said that she was feeling cold. She set fire to the fallen leaves that came off of our tree in the garden.
Oh my lord, why would she do that? You need to call 911 immediately. Fire brigade need to come and put it out, otherwise it's going to take over your yard and could burn down your house.
Wait a second, I think everything is okay now. I found a bucket on the side of the house that had some water in it. So I poured it on the fire and I put it out right then and there. I'm pretty sure it's out, so it's okay. But the fire did burn part of the lawn, so it will look brown in the daylight.
I see. It's all right, sweetheart. At least you've got the fire out. You got it out, that's the main thing. Thank God for that.
Yeah, I got it out. I should have been watching Melanie more closely. I'm not a very good big sister, am I?
Maya, that's not true. You're a great big sister. What I want to know is why was there a fire started in the first place? You do know that children shouldn't be playing with fire, right, sweetie?
I know that, Grandma. I should have known better. I'm really sorry. We won't do it again.
It's okay, but you just have to be more careful. You're with Melanie right now, right? You're both together at your house, is that right?
Yes, Melanie is with me outside in the yard. We're at home.
Okay, that's good to know. But I don't understand. What are you both doing in the garden at this time?
Well, the garden is full of fallen leaves. The tree has been losing a lot of its leaves, so we are tidying up the yard.
Maya, that's very sweet that you want to clean up the yard and help your parents by doing chores. But you do know what time it is, right, sweetie?
Of course I know what time it is, Grandma. It's dark, so it's nighttime. It's very dark, so I assume it's very late.
Yes, it's very late, my dear. Please go back inside the house and get ready for bed.
But we can't get inside, Grandma. That's why we're outside in the yard.
Huh? What do you mean you can't get inside? Is there something wrong with the door?
We can't get inside because the door is locked. We don't have a key to get inside the house.
I'm sorry, sweetie, I don't understand. What? You don't have a key? What happened to your mother? Where is she right now? Did something happen to her? Is she hurt? Is she inside the house and you just can't see her?
She's not here, Grandma. Mom still hasn't come home. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know where she is right now.
Your mother hasn't come home. I can't believe this. I told your mother to cancel the trip that her friend invited her on, and if she couldn't find someone to look after you and your sister...
I think I know what Mom did. I think she left the house after Melanie and I went to school this morning. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, what do you mean, dear? Are you saying that she left the house during the day whilst you both were at school? Not at nighttime?
Yeah, perhaps that's what happened. Melanie and I went to school during the day, so everything was fine. After school finished, we went home, but Mom wasn't there, so I found it a bit unusual. I couldn't get into the house because I don't have a key to unlock the front door. Every door is locked, so we can't get inside. So I went to find a public payphone to call Mom. I got in contact with her, but she was speaking really quickly. She said we should go to Grandma's house. Then she hung up the phone. But it didn't make sense what she said. I knew you were away, so we couldn't go to your house.
Oh, my dear. So you've both been in the garden this whole time, since you finished school?
Yeah. We've been outside for a while. We started to get cold, so that's why we tried to make a bonfire, and then it got out of control, and I had to put it out.
Yeah, you said before that Melanie tried to start a fire to keep you both warm. What happened to the tools that you used to make the fire?
We know that Mom sometimes smokes outside when she's super stressed about things. I think Melanie knew that Mom kept a lighter on the deck, so she grabbed it to start a fire.
Oh my, really? And so that's how you were able to start a fire. This is unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Oh, my sweet grandchildren, even though it's your garden, you can't stay outside forever, okay? I'm going to sort things out and see what we can do now. Just hang on a minute and I'll get back to you. I'll talk to you soon. Maya, my sweet grandchild, are you there? I've sorted out what we're going to do with the both of you. I just got in contact with your aunt, your dad's sister. Apparently she's going to come and pick you both up in 15 minutes. It might get colder outside as it's so late at night, so you and Melanie need to stay still and keep each other warm. Don't move around too much so that your aunt can find you easier. I told her where to go, so she should be able to find you.
Okay, Grandma! We'll stay put until Auntie arrives. Thank you for helping us out, Grandma!
No problem, my dear, but just one more thing. If something like this happens again, don't be afraid to contact me sooner, okay? It is much easier to contact someone earlier so that things can be done when there's more light and you're not getting cold outside, okay, sweetheart?
I'm sorry, Grandma. I just didn't want to disturb you because I know how busy you are looking after people. I thought I was able to look after us.
It's okay, Maya. None of this is your fault. You're not the one who should be in charge. It should be your mother, and she has let you down today. You're usually a good girl, Maya, so if the situation calls for it, you can call on me when there's trouble or you need help. I don't think you're being a nuisance at all. You're just trying to do what's right. When you and your little sister need help with anything, it is our duty as a grandmother and aunt to help you out. We aren't going to let you do things by yourselves.
That's very true, Grandma. You're so sweet and kind to us. Thank you so much for your help. We really appreciate it.
Candace, what the heck do you think you're up to? I can't believe what you did to your own children. You need to get back home immediately. I am so outraged by what you did.
Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, is this you, Valerie? Oh, my dear mother-in-law, hello! What's happening on this fine morning, huh? Oh, so you want me to come back? Well, it's a bit difficult to say when I'll be back right now, you see. I'm staying at a place that's more than 3 hours away from home, so I can't just, come back like that.
Do you even know what happened yesterday? Maya and Melanie couldn't get into the house when they came home from school. They didn't have a key to unlock the house, so they were stuck outside.
I'm sorry, what? I don't get what you mean. How could they have been locked outside?
Geez, Candace, think about it. What did you think would happen as a result of you just leaving without saying anything?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Valerie. I had to leave because my friend needed me.
You know what season it is right now, Candace. The temperature drops really quickly at nighttime. It was pretty cold outside for the girls who were waiting for their mother to come home. It looks like they were keeping warm by making a bonfire from the fallen leaves they've collected in the backyard.
I beg your pardon? The girls started a bonfire? Are you being serious right now?
I heard that they used the lighter that you usually leave on the wooden deck outside.
The lighter outside? I don't know anything about that. What are you talking about, Valerie? Are you making this up?
Why would I make this up? Are you kidding me, Candace? It looked like the fire burnt some of the lawn and it's all charred.
They actually started a fire? That's insane! Why would they do something like that for?
Apparently Maya was able to extinguish the fire with a bucket of water. With her quick thinking, she was able to save herself, her little sister, and leave the house intact.
I really can't believe this. I'm in complete shock. I can't believe something like this would happen. And I've hardly been away that long.
Candace, Have you really got nothing else to say about why this happened in the first place?
Well, I'm just glad that the house didn't burn down. We could have lost all of our belongings and have nowhere to live. Anyways, when it comes to Maya and Melanie, I'll scold them when I get back home. They know not to play with fire.
Why would you even scold them when they were trying to keep warm? You'll do no such thing to my grandchildren.
What? Excuse me? What makes you think you can tell me how to discipline my own children, Valerie?
Candace, you basically lied to all of us, especially to me. When you asked me to look after Maya and Melanie, you had already left for your trip without getting them a proper carer. When Maya called you on a public payphone, you told her to go to my house and you just hung up on her. She knew that I wasn't there and didn't want to bother me. You just created something out of nothing and just ditched them. You contacted me right after that and asked me to take care of it. You just left the rest up to me when you knew I wasn't at home. Maya knew I wasn't home and that I was away taking care of other people. She didn't seem to want to rely on me because of that. That's why she took so long to get in touch with me.
But I don't get how this is my fault. I asked if you could take care of the girls. You were so close, and I thought you would be back soon enough anyways.
They couldn't get inside, Candace, because you had locked the door behind you. Melanie couldn't stand being out in the freezing cold weather, so she tried to make a bonfire. I absolutely don't blame her for trying to do that because the girls could have gotten hypothermia, and she used the lighter that you used to smoke your dirty cigarettes with outside.
I don't know about what lighter you're talking about, Valerie. I don't smoke at all.
Luckily, Maya was able to deal with all of this in a calm manner. She was able to contact me about what was going on.
Okay, where are the girls now then if they aren't at the house?
My daughter's husband is currently looking after them. They're inside in the warmth where they should be, not freezing to death outside. I'm also just finishing up some errands at my in-laws' house. I'm heading home shortly on the first plane that I can get out of here this morning.
Ah, so you weren't even in town. I see what's going on now. At least the girls are with family. If that's the case, I don't have to come home yet. I can still stay and have a good time with my friend.
What the heck, Candace? Are you serious? You're not even going to leave after everything that happened? Don't you realize that your girls could have died in the cold? Do you really think I'm going to tolerate this sort of nonsense from you? Do you realize how much of an unfit parent you're being right now?
Valerie, what are you talking about? I feel like you're just overreacting a little bit. The girls are in a warm house now, so what's the big deal?
I really can't believe what you're saying right now. For starters, there's a whole lot of suspicion about why you went on this trip with your friend.
Some suspicion? Oh, what's so suspicious about going on a trip with a good friend? I'm allowed to do that sometimes, am I not?
So you going off in the middle of the day while your children are still at school and they come home to find the house locked up and their mother gone, that makes sense to you, does it? I'm sure that my son will have a fair idea about what's going on if I tell him what's happened. Don't you think I haven't found out what you're doing, Candace?
Excuse me? What are you saying? What could you have possibly have on me? Wait, no way. My husband can't know what's going on if he isn't here, right? Surely you don't know anything about what's going on. How can an old bag like you find out what I'm doing? Valerie, you need to answer me right now. Something terrible has happened. My life is completely ruined. Did you find out that I had a boyfriend? Apparently my husband knows everything about him. I thought I had it well hidden. He's breaking up with me. And now he's divorcing me for it. How could he do this to me when I was trying to keep my boyfriend out of sight? I thought nobody knew.
Candace, you do realize that it's not my fault that you both broke up, right?
What do you mean? How else could he have found out? Aren't you the one who told him?
Well, my son is very smart, Candace. He realized what was happening for himself. I didn't have to tell him. Once he knew it was for certain that you were cheating behind his back, he came to me for advice.
What do you mean? He actually knew what I was doing? And then he came to you about it?
He knew quite a bit about the other man, Candace. Is the man in question a husband of one of your friends from your school days? It seems to be that these cheating dates are a daily occurrence for you. There was an investigation done with the credit bureau as my son didn't know what was going on with the credit cards you use. The report came back and it said you were going away on trips often. You were really involved with this other man, weren't you?
What? He actually used the credit bureau to track what I was doing.
Just as I was thinking of going on a counterattack the next day after my son's business trip ended, then the other day a cheating scandal was carried out by you. It seemed like this was a sudden decision and you were annoyed that my response was delaying you from going. And so you just left Maya and Melanie alone, just like that. My son and I will not tolerate this. Divorce is just a natural thing that comes after discovering an affair.
But Valerie, he can't just do this to me. You can't do this to me. Please give me back custody of my children. I'm their mother. At least can you please give me back Maya or Melanie?
Wow, you're quite persistent, Candace. It seems that your boyfriend has already paid the alimony and apologized for his part in all of this.
This is far from being fair. Even just alimony costs me a lot of money. I can't believe I have to pay for child support as well. This is an absolute scam.
Well, I guess you won't survive unless you get a steady job to pay what you owe.
But I've only been a housewife since I got married, and now
Hey, I think there's a lot of people your age who are working.
What? Please don't mix this whole thing up with a working woman.
Okay, well, what about the wife of the other man then, huh?
Huh? What about her?
I heard that she's got the custody of their child.
What's that got to do with this?
Look, I'm not saying that housewives are bad, but if you're like, I don't want to work, so I'll be a stay-at-home mom, well, that's on you for not having money. I guess the moment you get divorced, you'll just have to pay for your choices.
What? I don't understand.
I thought there wouldn't be a future for me, but at least now it has some meaning in terms of watching you fall.
Excuse me, what does that mean?
It's okay, I don't expect you to understand, Candace, just for others involved.
I'm confused. What? Anyways, there's still been no sign of divorce.
Oh, think again. I just got a message from my son saying that he's filed for divorce from you.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Maybe you thought you were in the clear as it's Saturday and the courthouse might be closed, right?
Well, usually they are, aren't they?
Divorce papers can be received by courts on any day of the year and any time of day.
Is that true? It can't be, surely. I was thinking all weekend about how I could somehow get him to forgive me for what I did. I've made such a big mistake.
Even after the divorce, Candace was apparently still staying in the apartment where her family once lived. She believed that she could keep the room since that was what she wanted in the separation agreement. It seemed like she was thinking of selling the room to pay for her alimony and child support. But she was then informed that the rental property couldn't be sold. She said that she couldn't divide the assets to get what she wanted. It seems that she had no understanding of the types of real estate, and when she learned of this reality, she screamed. Her parents were ashamed of their daughter's ignorance and decided to take over the lump sum payment of alimony and child support from their retirement funds. She was told that she was never to be married again, and so the partner broke up with her. Now she's been thrown into a factory to work by a relative. She spends her days working with tears in her eyes, paying off the debts that she owes her parents.